Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for November 14th. November 14th is the 318th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 319th in leap years, with 47 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is plaid. Plaid is defined as a noun, but may also be used as an adjective. Plaid refers to a pattern of different colored straight lines crossing each other at 90-degree angles, or a cloth with this pattern. The pattern is usually woven with different colored threads, but may also be printed onto a plain fabric. A rectangular length of tartan worn over the left shoulder as part of the Scottish national costume is called a plaid. The word comes to us from Scottish Gaelic. First known use is in 1512, plaid. And with that, German astronomer Gottfried Kirch discovered the Great Comet of 1680 on November 14, 1680. This would be the first comet to be discovered by telescope. On November 14, 1770, Scottish traveler and travel writer James Bruce discovered what he believed to be the source of the Nile River in Africa. The Nile River has long been considered the longest river in the world, although some believe the Amazon River in South America is the longest river. We're not here to debate that today, though. We're talking about the source of the Nile River. And the tricky thing about that is that the Nile has several tributaries, two major ones, the White Nile and the Blue Nile. James Bruce found the source of the Blue Nile River. He was aware of the White Nile, but he believed that the Blue Nile was the Nile of the ancients and declared himself the discoverer of its source. On November 14th in 1972, some 76 years after its creation, the Dow Jones Industrial Average hit 1,000 for the first time. I wasn't following the stock market back then, but I sure remember hearing it talked about in the news at the time. So it took 76 years to hit 1,000, which for years had been considered impossible, and in the 52 years since then, it's gone up over another $43,000, so that as I make this report in 2024, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is over $44,000. The Heights was an American musical drama that ran on Fox for about 3 months in the fall of 1992. The show was about a fictional band called The Heights, whose members were working-class young adults. The theme song for the show was called How Do You Talk to an Angel? Written by Steve Tyrell, Barry Coughing, and Stephanie Tyrell, with lead vocals by Jamie Walters. How Do You Talk to an Angel hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on November 14, 1992, and held that spot for 2 weeks. Unfortunately, the TV series never did quite as well as its theme song did, and was canceled by the end of the month. How Do You Talk to an Angel by The Heights, number 1, November 14, 1992. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.